If you can score 20 of 30 geography quiz, your world knowledge is seriously impressive. You will have 5 seconds for each question. No pausing, no cheating, ready to start challenge. Let's begin. Question 1. Which specialized photoreceptor cells allow us to see vivid colors? Rod cells, cone cells, lens cells, optic nerves. Correct option is B, cone cells. Question 2. What unique bodily organ is actually the largest by weight? The liver, the brain, the skin, the intestine. Correct option is C, the skin. Question 3. How many individual bones make up an adult human skeleton? 206 bones, 300 bones, 180 bones, 250 bones. Correct option is A, 206 bones. Question 4. Which specific blood cells are responsible for fighting off infections? Red cells, platelets, white cells, plasma cells. Correct option is C, white cells. Question 5. What thin tissue layer covers and protects the human eye? The retina, the cornea, the iris, the pupil. Correct option is B, the cornea. Question 6. Which digestive organ absorbs the most nutrients from your food? Small intestine, large intestine, the stomach, the esophagus. Correct option is A, small intestine. Question 7. How long do human red blood cells typically circulate before dying? 5 days, 30 days, 120 days, 1 year. Correct option is C, 120 days. Question 8. What determines the unique color of a person's human eyes? The cornea, the retina, the sclera, the iris. Correct option is D, the iris. Question 9. Which tiny sensory receptors in the nose detect different smells? Taste buds, olfactory receptors, optic nerves, auditory hair. Correct option is B, olfactory receptors. Question 10. What calcium-rich mineral gives human bones their immense structural strength? Iron, hydroxyapatite, potassium, sodium. Correct option is B, hydroxyapatite. Question 11. Which outer skin layer acts as a waterproof protective barrier? Epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, subcutaneous. Correct option is A, epidermis. Question 12. What main blood type is considered the universal cellular donor? Blood type A, blood type B, blood type AB, blood type O. Correct option is D, blood type O. Question 13. Which muscle controls how much light enters the human eye? The cornea, the iris, the retina, the lens. Correct option is B, the iris. Question 14. What flexible tissue connects two separate bones at a joint? Tendon, ligament, muscle, skin. Correct option is B, ligament. Which chemical pigment gives human skin its distinct natural coloration? Melanin, hemoglobin, carotene, chlorophyll. Correct option is A. Melanin. Question 16. What primary gas do red blood cells transport to tissues? Nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, hydrogen. Correct option is C. Oxygen. Question 17. Which long organ absorbs water and compacts leftover digestive waste? Small intestine, large intestine, the stomach, the pancreas. Correct option is B. Large intestine. Question 18. What nerve transmits visual signals from eye to the brain? Olfactory nerve, optic nerve, vagus nerve, sciatic nerve. Correct option is B. Optic nerve. Question 19. Which soft tissue inside large bones produces new blood cells? Yellow marrow, red marrow, cartilage, periosteum. Correct option is B. Red marrow. Question 20. What triggers the unpleasant physical sensation of sneezing inside noses? Histamine release, nerve irritation, excess mucus, dry air. Correct option is B. Nerve irritation. Question 21. Which structural protein makes up human hair, nails, and skin? Collagen, keratin, elastin, myosin. Correct option is B. Keratin. Question 22. What prevents harmful stomach acid from burning the small intestine? Mucus coating, bile salts, sodium bicarbonate, water. Correct option is C. Sodium bicarbonate. Question 23. Which human blood components are essential for clotting an injury? Red cells, white cells, platelets, plasma. Correct option is C. Platelets. Question 24. What creates the blind spot found in human eye anatomy? Lack of photoreceptors, damaged cornea, excessive tears, thick lens. Correct option is A. Lack of photoreceptors. Question 25. Which smallest bone in the body is located inside ears? Stapes, femur, radius, clavicle. Correct option is A. Stapes. Question 26. What primary sensory function do human skin thermoreceptors perform daily? Detect pressure, detect pain, detect temperature, detect vibration. Correct option is C. Detect temperature. Question 27. Which internal organ produces bile to help digest dietary fats? The stomach, the liver, small intestine, the pancreas. Correct option is B. The liver. Question 28. What liquid component makes up over half of human blood? Hemoglobin, platelets, plasma, water. Correct option is C. Plasma. Question 29. Which transparent structure focuses incoming light onto the human retina? The pupil, the lens, the iris, the sclera. Correct option is B. The lens. Question 30. What strong tissue connects skeletal muscles directly to human bones? Ligament, tendon, cartilage, fascia. Correct option is B. Tendon. Question 31. Which microscopic structures increase surface area in the small intestine? Cilia, microvilli, flagella, alveoli. Correct option is B, microvilli. Question 32. What helps warm and moisten cold air entering the nose? Nasal hairs, mucous membranes, nasal bones, olfactory bulbs. Correct option is B, mucous membranes. Question 33. Which layer contains blood vessels and sweat glands in skin? Epidermis, dermis, stratum corneum, cuticle. Correct option is B, dermis. Question 34. What iron-rich protein allows red blood cells to bind oxygen? Collagen, albumin, hemoglobin, fibrinogen. Correct option is C, hemoglobin. Question 35. Which disease causes progressive thinning and weakening of human bones? Osteoporosis, arthritis, scoliosis, rickets. Correct option is A, osteoporosis. Question 36. What fluid keeps the front part of human eyes moistured? Vitreous humor, aqueous humor, tears, saliva. Correct option is B, aqueous humor. Question 37. Which condition involves an abnormal overproduction of white blood cells? Anemia, leukemia, hemophilia, thrombosis. Correct option is B, leukemia. Question 38. What finger-like structures mix food inside the large intestine tract? Villi, Taenia coli, Hostra, microvilli. Correct option is C, Hostra. Question 39. Which protein provides human skin with its natural elasticity stretch? Keratin, collagen, elastin, melanin. Correct option is C, elastin. Question 40. What structure divides the human nasal cavity into two halves? Nasal septum, concha, hard palate, cribriform plate. Correct option is A, nasal septum. Time over. Let me know in comments how many quiz you did correct. If you like our video, hit the like button and subscribe our channel.